Hey, what's up, everybody? Gonna do a classic rock reaction, man. This is album reaction featuring Deep Purple. Deep Purple's 10th studio album, Come Taste the Band. And I've been looking forward to this for quite a while, man. I know that this is the album that features Tommy Bolin. David Coverdale, and Glenn Hughes and Ian Pace. So pretty good lineup, man. So we'll definitely see how they do and how they compare to the other previous Mark II lineups. So this is side one. Going to bounce to work. I won't be able to get back in time to do side two in the review until tomorrow. So that's just how it goes with album reactions, man. But looking forward to this. Let's check this out, side one. Deep Purple, Come Taste the Band, side one. Let's get it. Nice. Good energy in that song. Great guitar solo, man. Excuse me. I wonder how he did it. Good song. Some of that funky groove line that I think that Richie didn't approve of. You know it's a different lineup, but they still have a really good signature sound that you can call Deep Purple.
Behind you
seems to fit in quite well. It's going off there, doing its thing. That funky groove again. I'm just not sure how I feel about it. Okay, man. So that concludes side one of Come Taste the Band, Deep Purple. Their first outing with the presence of Tommy Bolin. I got two things to say, man. Two things. Well, three things. First off, one, I forgot to mention John Lord in the initial lineup, and I know that somebody's just waiting to pounce on me for that. So there you go. I brought it back. Jon Lord is in that lineup. And two, in keeping with Jon Lord, what I miss as I guess the stages of the marks kind of progressed onwards, I noticed a diminishing presence of the organ, specifically an organ solo. In their earlier runs, they would have the guitar solo and then an organ solo, or vice versa, but there was usually the presence of an organ solo in there. And so now, Jon basically has just been relegated to just a backup instrument, just, an instrument just keeping pace, just keeping, the insurance together. It's not a featured instrument anymore. Here's a lad who can talk to you through the use of his instrument, and greatly underutilized. I've noticed that as the Mark lineups progressed. So that's a really big red flag that I'm not really fond of there. Definitely being underutilized. That's one thing. As well, the other thing that I noticed is the funky groove, the presence of the funky groove. Now, some people might not mind it, some people might, depends on how you really like your rock and roll, depends on how you like your quote-unquote classic rock and all of that sort of thing. Different strokes going on, but I can understand why Richie would have left, because it's probably taken him out of his comfort zone, out of what he visualizes as being classic rock. I mean, the guy founded the band, and in the end it was the reins of control were leaving his hands. So but maybe it was just environmental pressures as well, in a sense of, okay, at this point in time, especially in the mid 70s, you have the disco era and the funky groove beats just all over the place. You even had some established great rock stars kind of overlapping into those grooves, like David Bowie. You had the Stones doing Miss You and Emotional Rescue. You had Rod Stewart doing Do You Think I'm Sexy? So there might have been some pressure to try to do some fusing, and with the presence of different artists, they might want to experiment and do something different. Tommy Bolin comes in, and he's got a really good mixture of diversity. So, but I think Richie left before Tommy was recruited. All the same, though, I mean, I think those were the influences going on back then. But overall, to be honest with you, I do not like the presence of the funky groove. I think that it is distracting, and I think it's tainting the brand, being Deep Purple. That's what I feel. That's what I think. It feels very foreign. And when you are doing a litmus test, man, and you're comparing what's here with the great hits of their first incarnations, Smoke on the Water, Woman from Tokyo, all of those great hits, it just doesn't measure up, man. And when you're trying to change, I mean, change is good. Change is mostly for the better, but sometimes it isn't. And in this particular case, with the addition of the funky groove, I just don't think it is. I mean, overall, their sound is good. They're great musicians, like the music, like the lyrics, what they're saying, all of that sort of thing. Individually, they're excellent artists. But the overall product, I would give it like a 3.5 out of 5. Mainly because I think that the underutilization of Jon Lord hurts him hard. And then you add the funky groove and you're changing the sound. Of course, with lineups and all that stuff, you change the lineup, you change the sound, you change the groove, you change the creative element. Understand all of that, but I'm just saying, comparing before to now, it's just not as great as the past. That's all. Very good, but still not as great as the past. I'm guessing, though, that it's probably enough to keep the established Deep Purple fan base happy, keep them inclined. I mean, this was in the mid 70s, so there was still a lot of great creative years ahead. So it might have been just a slight hiccup. You're going to have great albums and you're going to have not so great albums. Overall, so far, what I'm hearing is pretty damn good. Just those two exceptions, the underutilization of Jon Lord and the presence of the funky groove, just diminishes it slightly, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Overall, I'm still liking it though. I'm still digging the presence of Tommy Bolin, and was excited to actually get to this, namely because of Tommy Bolin being present on this album. So I'm looking forward to side 2 all the same. Anyways, man, what do you think of the underutilization of Jon Lord, in my opinion? Do you think I'm right? And what do you think of the presence of Tommy Bolin coming in? What do you think also of the fusion, the attempted fusion with the funky groove? What do you think of the funky groove? Do you think that they utilized it well? Do you think that it should be present or not? What do you think of the funky groove? Let me know. Where you have this gigantic ship with a certain image of Deep Purple and you incorporate the funky groove, you're changing a lot of things. I mean, some acts can successfully pull that off, like the acts that I mentioned. But I don't know. In this case, it's up in the air for me. You know how I feel. Let me know how you feel. Anyways, I'm out of here. I'm going to go to work. Take care. I'll see you inside 2. Peace.